Hello friends, now we are going to study how to make a database. When we are working with a huge volume of data, out of the data we have to generate a report. In such a cases, we have to structure the data. We have to make a database for the report and everything. So, from lakhs and lakhs columns and rows values, how can we extract some values only to a report? So we are going to study the database. Here I have a simple database of salary. Here we have a database of employees. We are going to make a payroll software from the Excel. How can we make a payroll software in Microsoft Excel? So we have to create a database of the employees. Almost all the relevant data to be included in the database. Then only we can get enough report in the reporting format. Otherwise, some needed data will not be available. Okay. So here we have structured the data. First of all, name of the employee, designation, gender, prefix means whether he is a Mr. or Mrs. Month, that is wage of the month, wage paid year, a total number of working days in a month, either it may be 30 or 31, how much leave is allowed to the employee, how much leave they avail during the month, and what is the work days, overtime hours any, CTC. This is the salary part. Okay, cost to company. How much is the salary for him? And the CTC for the month, because if he has taken 5 leaves, okay, he is getting the salary after the leave days. So the CTC with maybe 20,000, that is for 31 days. He has taken 5 days leave, so he will get only 25 days salary. Okay, that is the CTC for the month. That this CTC total salary will be divided into basic salary, DA, HRA, conveyance, special allowance, and it is structured. Okay. Then subtotal and anything other than salary. If the company is paying anything other than salary, that we can mention here. Then bonus if any. Then this one plus this one, total gross salary, overtime salary if any, sales incentive. Again one subtotal is coming. Then deductions. All these showing deductions. What are the deductions? PF, ESI, ESI contribution, TDS, excess mobile bill, loan repayment if any, salary advance if any, then total deduction. Then what is rest? Total salary minus total deduction, net payable. Again mobile number and everything. Employee bank details, bank name, account number, IFSC, PAN card, date of joining, employee code, how the salary is dispersed, mode of payment, check number, check date, the bank name, and who is prepared, who is authorized, if the company have more branches, and what is the branch name of each employee. Okay. All these data I have mentioned here. This is a database. Okay. From this database, we have to get so many reports. Okay. So based on this database, we can generate the salary slip, consolidation statement, data for filing ECR to EPF, data for filing ESI to the ESI site, and everything. All reports we can generate from here. So first we can type the name of the employee, designation, gender, male or female. Here we can make it a combo box for the male or female, because every time we are typing male or female, without typing the data, we can make create a combo box for the selection box. For creating a combo box, go to data validation, click on list, click on source. Here write male or female, male comma female. Now you go here, you can see both. Just select male. Prefix means if he is a male, the prefix will be Mr. If he is a female, either Miss or Mrs. like that, Mr. or Mrs. But every time, if we have a huge number of employees, maybe 100, 200, 500, 1000 like that, every time we cannot consider whether it is Mrs. or Mr. properly. So, in order to avoid that difficulty, we can do one function by using if function. That means simple logic. What I am doing is, if this one is male, the prefix will be Mr. If this one is female, the prefix will be Mrs. So what we will do, equal, if, use tab, press tab, that's the easiest way, or shift bracket. The easiest way is every time when we insert a function, just put tab. If, but click on here, if this one is male, comma, inverted comma, Mr. Close inverted comma. Else, female. Close inverted comma, close the bracket. Put equal here. If CE is equal to male, this is if this one equal to male, comma, invert comma, Mr. Else, female, invert comma, bracket close. See. If it is female, now it will be come to Mrs. Male, female. See. So it will be automatic, it will come. Just what we will do the second time. Next, copy this. Okay. The next person is female. He is a male. Coming to male. If it next is female, just female. If it's male, just male. If male, just male. See, automatically it will come. Next is month. Put the salary in the month. Means January to December, any month. But suppose we are giving the salary of the March month. Put March. April. Here also we can use data validation. Data validation list. In this words you can type January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay. See, everything is here. If the salary month is March, just select March. Here also we can put the year list 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 for 5 years. Select 2025. Then how much is the total days of the month? Some companies may be followed by 30 days. Even if the month have 31 days, they are taken 30 days. Some company may be taken 31 days. If it is 30 days, they will consider as a 31 days. We can consider 30 days, 31 days. Okay. That is management. And how much leave is allowed to employee in a month? Casual leave, 2 leave. How much leave he taken? 2 leave. Then what is the work days? Work days means total days minus leave taken plus allowed leave, because here allowed leave is 2, he has availed 2 leave, so there is no loss of pay. If he has taken 3 leave, 1 day he will lose, so the work days will be 30. See. Okay. Then overtime hours, that we can see later. CTC. CTC means his salary, total salary, posted to company. Suppose 20,000 is salary. This salary we have to mention which month salary. This is applicable to all months. Okay. Here suppose he has taken 3 leave, he will not get 20,000. 1 day salary he will lose. So this CTC for which month we have to mention? Already it was CTC for. There is nothing about the month, which month it is mentioned for. So we can use one function called concatenate. Concatenate. What we have to write? We have to give the output as CTC for March 2020. This should be our output. So CTC for March 2020. So put inverted comma CTC for close the bracket, comma March, comma 2020, close the bracket. See, CTC for March 20. If it is moved to April, that is also moved. May, December, like that. So how much is the CTC for March? We have to calculate first. First of all, we have to consider 1 day salary. So that total CTC divided by total days. Now we got 1 day salary. 1 day salary into worked days. Now it is coming to 30 days salary. That is coming as fraction. That is fraction we have to round by round function. Now it is coming as 19,354.83871. Okay. Either we have to round it as 19,355 or to the nearest multiple. So if it is less than 5, it will be 0. If it is less than 5, it will be next 10. Okay. In this case, if it is rounded up, 19,350 it will come. So that we can use another function, round comma minus 1. Now it will be round down. If it is 5 and more, 5.5 paisa, it will come 19,360. If it is, we are using round 0, it will come to next nearest, because 19,354.83 is coming to 55. Okay. Now we got the 30 days salary. This 30 days salary we have to bifurcate into basic, DA, HRA, conveyance, special allowance, everything. So suppose the basic salary is 50%, DA is 10%, HRA is 25%, conventionally as per the income tax law it is 1,600. Okay. The rest will be special allowance. That means you can see this one. Sorry. This 19,350 into 50%. 19,350 into 10%. 19,350 into 25%. Again this is coming fraction, that also round comma minus 1. Here also we can put round comma minus 1. If everywhere assigned the functions, when anybody is coming as fraction, we can correct it. Conveyance will be 1,600. Now what is the total? 18,060. So the special allowance will be this one minus sum 1,290. So total is coming to 19,350. So we can write the total here, 19,350. If the company is paying anything other than salary, we can put here. Suppose 10 rupees, bonus as 100 rupees. See, now it is coming to total gross salary is 19,350 plus some 19,460. If any overtime salary is there, we can calculate the overtime salary. How can we calculate the overtime salary? Here overtime hours is asked. Okay. Suppose he is working 2 hours. So he will get overtime salary of 2 hours. How can we get the 2 hours salary? First of all, we have to calculate 1 day salary. So 20,000 divided by 81. We got 1 day salary. Again divide by working hours. If the company policy have 8 hours working, divide by 8. If the company policy is 9 hours every day, 9 hours. If 10 hours every day, 10 hours. Like that. Divide by 10, suppose. Now we got 1 hour salary. This 1 hour salary into overtime hours. Now it is calculated overtime hours. This also we can round. Round minus 1. 160. Sales incentive anything other than here, you can suppose 100 rupees. Now it is coming the grand total. This one plus this one plus 19,760. Now we go to salary. In the next session, we will study about whether that employee is applicable for EPF, EPF joining date, EPF UAN. These all have validations. That means if this employee have EPF, he is joined with EPF, we will put as yes. If it is given yes, it will ask here one question. The system will show a question, enter the joining date. If it is no, it will not ask anything here, it will be blank. In the same way, if it is yes, if the employee is applicable to EPF, definitely this have date and definitely one UAN will be allotted, universal account number will be allotted. So definitely this column will be filled up. Unfortunately, we forgotten to fill this UAN number. Again, system should want a message. There is no UAN number. That means we have given as yes, he is joined with EPF, but we forgotten to enter the UAN number. So it will pop up a message, no enter UAN. After validating all these, then only we will calculate the contributions here. In the contribution also, the EPF have 1800 as the limit, and we have to fix the limit. We have to use so many functions here for validating all 3 conditions. If all these 3 conditions are satisfied, then only the EPF amount will be calculated. Otherwise, the result will be 0. Likewise, ESI calculations, everything we have to use so many functions. We will use so many functions for validating these calculation criteria. Okay, that will be, we will study in the next session. Please watch on my channel. Please subscribe my channel. You will get all the updates. A simple trick, you can study the Excel beginners and medium use level pupils. They can easily understand how to create a database, how to handle a huge volume of database. It is very simple, very easy and very fantastic. Thank you.